Welcome to Michael Zane Trusty's TrackTalk, where every track tells a story. When you think of Elvis Presley, you might picture the king of rock and roll, dazzling crowds, shaking his hips and changing music forever. But behind the spotlight, Elvis's heart was far more complicated. Despite dating countless women, there were only 6 that many believe he ever truly loved. Let's take a look. First, his mother, Gladys Presley. More than anyone else, Gladys was the anchor in Elvis's life. He adored her, calling her every day when he was on the road. When she died in 1958, Elvis was devastated. Friends said he never fully recovered from the loss. It was the deepest love of his life. Not romantic, but the bond of a son who never stopped being his mother's boy. Second, Priscilla Presley. Elvis met her when she was just 14 while stationed in Germany. Their romance grew into marriage in 1967, and she became the mother of his only child, Lisa Marie. Their marriage was far from perfect, filled with long separations and Elvis's infidelities. But Priscilla remained a central figure in his heart. Even after their divorce in 1973, they stayed close, and she continued to speak of him with deep affection. Third, Ann-Margret. When the cameras rolled on Viva Las Vegas in 1964, sparks flew between Elvis and Ann-Margret. Their chemistry wasn't just on screen, it was real. Ann-Margret later called Elvis her soulmate. Though their romance ended, their bond endured for life. She was one of the few people who truly understood him, both on stage and off. Fourth, Anita Wood. Back in the late 1950s, before Priscilla entered the picture, Anita was Elvis's steady girlfriend. Known as his #1 girl, she dated him for several years during the height of his early fame. For a time, it looked like Anita might be the one, but the pressures of fame and distance slowly ended the relationship. Fifth, Linda Thompson. In the 1970s, Linda was more than just a girlfriend. She was a loyal companion. From 1972 to 1976, she cared for Elvis during some of his most difficult years. Even after they broke up, Linda stayed close to him, remaining a trusted friend until the very end. And finally, Ginger Alden. She was Elvis's fiancée at the time of his death in 1977. He proposed to her after just a short courtship, and she was the one who found him on that tragic day. For better or worse, Ginger was his final love, marking the last chapter of his romantic story. So when you peel back the glitter and glamour, these 6 women shaped Elvis Presley's heart: Gladys, Priscilla, Ann-Margret, Anita, Linda, and Ginger. Each one left a mark on the king's soul, and together they tell the story of a man who longed for love just as deeply as he longed for music. Thanks for listening to Track Talk, where every track tells a story. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and join me for more stories that bring music history to life.